All right, y'all. My fatherly duties called. My fatherly duties called. My ex-wife called. Um, she wanted me to watch my son play ball out there with his friends in front of the yard, and my daughter wanted to get on the phone because she is Miss Drama Queen. Um, so I had to get them out of the way. So I interrupted my last video. I was up to about 9 or 10 viewers, which kind of excited, and then all of a sudden that happened. If you guys can hear me, I see I only got 2 viewers right now. If y'all can hear me, let me know. Somebody just comment and let me know if you can hear me because my Bluetooth speaker was acting up. They couldn't hear me, so I had to turn it off. All right, cool. So I don't even remember what the hell we were talking about, but I will start here. Somebody asked one time about this fragrance, which is Sean John 3 AM, and I did a review on it. Um, this is nothing groundbreaking, although I do like the bottle. The bottle kind of looks like, if you remember that game Tetris back in the day, the bottle kind of looks like that with all these geometrical figures on it. Plastic top, um, great atomizer. I like it. If you hold it down, it does a long stream and you can do short streams. But I like that. It's a great freshie. Uh, this is not, if you let me tell it, this is not a club scent because there are scents out there that will overpower the shit out of this one. Uh, I don't know why the hell he named this 3 a.m. because at 3 a.m. you're probably not going to be smelling like Sean John or this at all, especially after you've been clubbing. If you've been around smoke, people are going to be wasting drinks on you. You're going to be sweaty, hot. Um, you're probably going to smell like Aqua Boogie by the time 3 a.m. rolls around. But this is a great spring and summertime fragrance. It's not a great projector. You do get citrus and stuff. I think it has some kind of liquor like gin and tonic or something. Something is in it. Some kind of alcohol. I can't remember the notes off the top of my dome, but um, it's a pretty good fragrance. I like it. Um, for me, it would be more of a dumb reach scent. If you're going out to like be, I always use this. If you're going to eat some wings, you want to go to the gym, or something like that. Instead of wasting your good stuff, you can just grab this and spray it on. It's pretty good. It won't be that good for you in the winter or the fall. I don't think so, at least, unless you're indoors. But other than that, so if anybody wants to know about Sean John 3 AM, you can always Google it or go to Fragrance X or Fragrantica or any of those websites that gives you note breakdowns, and you can find out what's in it and if you like it. The reviews I watched on this were not very good. The only real reviews I've seen was some guy sitting in a setting with some rappers, like one at a time, asked them to spray this, and they only gave you the opening how they liked it. They didn't tell you about the dry down, which it kind of sucks when it comes to fragrances. I want to know the dry down also. Okay, so with that out of the way, man, that 3 a.m. smells pretty damn good that I sprayed so many sprays on. Um, I need a good cheap Sauvage clone. The best clone, in my opinion, that I like, because I've smelled Dior Sauvage and I like it, but it's too sharp and it's too like peppery almost. Yeah, that's one of the guys. One of the rappers I saw, Gunplay, and they did a few other rappers that I watched the video on. Everybody said that it was a good fragrance. They said it was good in the opening, but nobody waited until the dry down to see what it smelled like. And I tested it, and I like it. Um, it's not a banger, but you know it'll do its job. And the best Dior Sauvage clone that I like I said, is the original is too sharp and it's a little too peppery for me. Ventana is from the house of Armoff, which makes Club de Nuit Intense, man. And yes, this bottle presentation is shitty as hell. I hate this fucking bottle. It's like, I don't know what the fuck you would call this. They could have did better than this. But the juice inside of this is amazing. Um, this does not have that strong pepper note in it. It smells to me almost identical. It's not 100%. I don't think nothing is going to be 100%. There's always going to be some little tweak somewhere that's off when it comes to a clone. Like Club de Nuit Intense Man is supposed to be the clone of Creed Aventus, but Aventus has pineapple and Club de Nuit Intense Man has lemon. So there's your off balance. On the dry down, they smell almost similar. The opening, Club de Nuit Intense, is harsher than Creed Aventus. This opens up just like Sauvage without the pepper note. And the dry down, they're damn near identical. I paid, I think, between 20 and maybe $30 for this, which is not bad at all for a decent clone of Sauvage. This kept from spending $70, $80, $90, or $100 for Sauvage, and then me being upset because I got to deal with that pepper and that sharpness in it. This is the next best thing to me. And if anybody else has anything better, please let me know. I do have one called Tradition. Tradition 1 is what the guy wrote on here. And I bought this one from the flea market in Jacksonville, Pecan Park. And I tried to look this name up and I couldn't find it. So if he wrote it down wrong. But it also smells like Sauvage. Not as peppery. It does have some pepper in it. I like this one. But as you can see, I haven't worn it much. I sprayed it once. And, you know, it is what it is. But the best one in my book is Ventana. So if you can find it, I think right now on Fragrance X, it's out of stock. Because I was going to try and buy a backup bottle, but I don't even use this that much. And this is pretty much still full. I might have wore this like 3 times so far. Since I've had it since, I think, last year or the year before. But there's your answer when it comes to Sauvage. I know I saw that question earlier before I did this video. And I didn't get to it because I wanted to jump on here. Yes, Ventana does smell very much like Sauvage. Yeah, I have Primitive Man too. Thanks for reminding me about that. I do have Primitive Man. This was Walmart. This is Belcam. I bought this one. I think it was about $7 or $8. And for a cheapie, this does, to me, smell very much like Sauvage. Just maybe a little bit weaker. It's like a watered down version of it. But I got a lot of compliments the day I bought this and I wore it to my mom's house. And I think I did a video on this. One of my first few videos. I did a video on this. And my stepdad liked it. My mom, my nieces, they said I smell good. My sisters. So, this is a damn good clone. If you don't want to spend, you know, $20 or $30 for Ventana, which I think is worth it. If you don't want to spend that, $8 for Primitive Man at Walmart, and it smells just as good. And you don't have to tell people what you're wearing if you don't choose to. If they ask, 9 times out of 10, most people are not going to ask what you're wearing. They're going to just say you smell good. As far as women, men are a little nosier, but if you don't tell them, they won't know. And this is damn good. I wore this once since I've had it. So if anyone is interested in this one, I know you can go and buy this at Walmart. But if you're interested in this one and you want it, I'll give you this one free of charge. Or you can shoot me a small sample or of something I can test out and do a review on. I'm not gonna compare them side by side as far as like spraying them on, but if it was me and I had both of these side by side and I had to choose which one I wanted, I'm going hands down with Ventana. It's a lot more stronger. Like I said, this one is like watered down. It's not bad. It smells damn good, but you can tell in by side comparison that this is a lot stronger and lasts a whole hell of a lot longer. If you know about Club De Nuit Intense, man, then you know that that fragrance is a great fragrance. It lasts long. It projects beastly, and this is right behind it. This one projects like crazy. It lasts a long time. If you spray it on your clothes and you wash your clothes 9 times out of 10, it's still gonna be on there. So if I had to choose, I go with this one. But price point, depending on your pockets, because I can't judge your pockets for you. I'm fortunate enough to be able to afford to buy a $20, $30 bottle. But for people who aren't that fortunate, who can't spare it, $8, and you're not going wrong. This is not something that's you're gonna spray on and it's gonna go away as soon as you put it on. Like some of them other cheap ass City Trend fragrances that I bought that's supposed to be inspired by. This thing lasts. It really does. It does last. So if you don't want to spend 20, 30 for this, get this one $8. You will not be disappointed. Trust me. And if you are disappointed, I'll buy it from you. $8. I will buy it from you if you don't like it. Yes. This is Eau de Parfum Ventana. I see you high. I have never smelled any other Club De Nuit fragrance. The place here in the mall, Perfume World, does have a few of those regulars, but I went straight for Club De Nuit Intense, man, because they said that one smells more like Creed Aventus, and I was trying to find that Aventus fix at the time. I was like on the hype train. I couldn't afford to pay that price. I was looking for something desperately to be able to compete and smell like it, and that's what I found, and that's what I got. And then when Sauvage came out, I wanted it. I saw the price tag on it, and I was like, "There's no fucking way I'm finna give them $100 and something for that." And Ventana came out, and I bought Ventana, and I have not been disappointed. So that scratched that itch for me. Club De Nuit Intense, man, and this one. Now, if anyone else knows about those fragrances, please let this young person know about it. Swim Master Mike, I should say, let him know. I have no idea. The only two, well, I have a few other Armand fragrances, but those are Ventana, Club De Nuit Intense Man, and Tres Nuit are the three from Armand that I have, besides Le Parfait, which is another great one, that I have personally in my collection right now that I know about. That's out of the way. So I bought this earlier, and this is Ice Blue by Penguin. I do not recommend this to anyone. I sprayed it on this box. It's still on here, but it's just a cologne. You know, you have, I I'll use this. You have cologne, and then you have cologne. Like this is box office material. This is like bootleg dude selling bootleg movies in the parking lot somewhere for like $5. Like it's not even worth it, guys. So I'm not even gonna talk too much about this one. Um, it's not that good at all. Um, and just to show you, this is the first one I bought from TJ Maxx a while, like maybe a year or so ago. This is the original Penguin, and as you can see, the bottles look the same except for the color. One's like a amber looking color, and this one is blue. But this one is way better. I love the smell of this one. I just don't use it as much. I might have sprayed this like 2 or 3 times since I've had it, and I like it. I like this one way better. This one, not so much. I just like the bottle, and it's gonna look pretty cool on the shelf. But that's enough about that. And then I started getting into the rounded bottles of Penguin, and this one is the original blend, and it's okay. Great sprayer. On the opening is a little strong. You do get a little alcohol blast. It's not bad. I wouldn't recommend anyone buying this one either, though. I bought it just because I was in the fad of, a new house, some stuff that I know people really don't talk about that much. Haven't seen many people talk about the house of Penguin, Munsingware, I should say. And I wanted to get into something a little different, but it's okay. Now this one is a little better. This is also premium blend. This is batch number 2. The other one, this one was batch number 1. This is batch number 2. Number 2 is almost like an aquatic. You get a little bit of mint. It's not bad at all. It's actually, number 2 is actually better than number 1. I like this one way better, but I wouldn't recommend either one of those. So don't sit on here and be like, oh, he said it's good. No. Do not buy those fragrances. Not these two or the ice blue. Do not buy it. Now, maybe if you bought this one, I could see it. This is a great nighttime fragrance, not daytime. It's pretty good. I like that. Do I have any car company scents? Yes, I do. Okay, so I was asked if I had any car company scents, and I have done a video. I don't know if I did one on the Scuderia Ferrari Red, and it's dusty. I've only worn this probably once since I've had it, but it's a pretty good fragrance. And if you can get your nose on it before you buy it, I'm running out of arm space here. It's pretty good. If you can get your nose on it before you buy it, like maybe go in one of those Perfume World or one of those Middle Eastern type guys stores in your mall or whatever. Smell it first. I like Scuderia Ferrari Red. They have the black version. I thought I had it, but I guess I don't. And then I bought Mercedes-Benz Club, in which I did a video on this one. And I love the bottle presentation on this one. This is probably the classiest bottle I have in my collection. This is more of like a spring and summertime type scent. It's kind of citrusy, fresh, great atomizer. So, yeah, I have two. I could have swore I had one more, but I'm not sure. It comes in this little, almost like Crown Royal type bag. It has Mercedes-Benz Club on the side. And I was trying to keep this a secret from you guys, but since somebody just spoiled it and asked me if I had any car club type, car company type scents, I just ordered this past Friday Bentley for Men, I think it is. No, it was Bentley Intense. I ordered that one and I ordered something else I'm not gonna tell you about yet. But yeah, I have these two, and then I have Bentley Intense that's coming. I could have swore I had one other fragrance. I knew I had one more. I have Scuderia Ferrari Black also. And this one I bought because it has plum in it. And I love plum. And this black version is way better to me than the red one. So if you find the black one, pick the black one up. Trust me. I've heard about a few Ferrari fragrances, but I haven't owned any yet. I've seen one the other day in Ross, and I just didn't pick it up. Y'all got me flooding my little counter here with fragrances. I'm trying to keep up with you guys. Y'all was talking about Banana Republic earlier, and I couldn't remember the name of the fragrance that I do have. The only one that I smelled so far, I smelled two. I smelled black walnut. I smelled what was it? Oud egg, and it was another one that I purchased in the store and smelled and did it, and I returned it. But my favorite plum scent, it's something else that has plum in it on my shelf, and I can't remember what it is. I'm not sure. I have to get back with you on that one. But if I'm just going to throw something out there right now, it's going to probably have to be the Scuderia Ferrari Black as of right now. That plum is amazing in that. But the one I did pick up and I kept is Neroli Woods by Banana Republic. And this thing is amazing. Is an amazing fresh scent. Man, I like it. It's clean. It's crisp, fresh. When you get out the shower and spray this on, man, look. I'm telling you, this is a damn good one. Black Platinum is my favorite Banana Republic. There's a lot of that stuff I haven't even heard of before. We don't even have a Banana Republic here. We have what's the name of that other shoe store? Old Navy. That's what we have here. Which reminds me also, if you guys ever go into Old Navy and you get to the checkout register and look for fragrances in there, and if you see this one, sea salt and fig, pick it up. It runs you about $7 or $8. I think it was like $8. This is a nice fig fragrance with, I don't know if it's real sea salt, but it has salt in it. It's an aquatic smelling type scent. It's unisex. This shit smells good as fuck. It lasts long, and even on your skin, if it don't last, the bottle is small enough you can take it with you. The top snaps on, but it doesn't hold very good. But it's a 30 ml bottle. This is a damn good cheap ass scent. Sea salt and fig. And I've heard maybe 2 other reviewers when I first saw this, when it came out, talk about it, and I bought it, and I think I did a review on it also, which was probably one of my earlier reviews, but I'll do an update. So when I was talking about fragrances like this Impact by Cultivated Collection that I did earlier today, my first impression of, it made me instantly think about this one, which is one of those cheap ones that just sits on the counter. But this thing I sprayed on, y'all saw me spray it on earlier, and I went and did somebody's brake pads. I had grease, oil, I sweat, and I could still smell. I did all of that. So this is a pretty good scent. It wasn't strong, it was a skin scent, but I could smell my wrist and it still was on there. So if you see this fragrance, don't pass it up. And if you guys run into any other ones that look similar to this in the same vein, let me know. I know somebody earlier said that they saw these in the women's department. I'm willing to check them out because most of the time fragrances like this can be unisex. So if you just give it a smell and see what you think, if it don't smell too feminine, pick it up. I mean, it was only $12.99, so Now you guys were asking about the House of Playboy. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 fragrances from this house. Each and every last one of these came from Bealls, and which I know a lot of people from up north may not know about Bealls. I did mention this to somebody, and they said that they don't have it. They don't even know what it is. Bealls is the equivalent of Ross and TJ Maxx. They sell discounted clothes, houseware. They have some fragrances. They sell like snack chips and like Bluetooth speakers and wireless headphones, and they sell all kinds of the same shit you see in TJ Maxx and Ross. It's the same stuff they sell in there. So if you see a Bealls outlet somewhere, take the time, check them out. You may be surprised at what you find. I actually found this Mercedes-Benz Club fragrance in the one in Savannah when I was either picking up my kids or dropping them off, but I always stop by that store. It's right next to the freeway, to Highway 95, and you can see it from the road. I stopped in and I saw this, and I wasn't able to get it that first time I saw it, but I actually went back when I got paid and picked it up, and it was $29.99. So damn good fragrance. You'd be surprised at what you find. And also I found these 5 fragrances by Playboy in there, and they ranged in price between 2 something up to $6, $7, $8. Yeah, I've heard of Burke's before. We don't have that here, but I'm guessing it's the equivalent. Bealls Outlet is better than those stores, bro. I'm gonna have to disagree on that aspect here in my town, because our Bealls don't have that much when it comes to colognes. The only time we really have a lot of decent colognes in our Bealls is around the holiday time. their shelves are bombed out and depleted like Afghanistan in there too, and they don't have that much at all. So um, maybe it depends on what city you're in. If you're in a bigger city, like Brunswick is not big at all. We're small. We don't have a lot of too much of anything here. We're growing, but we're not big like Jacksonville, Savannah, or New York, Jersey, Cali. We're not big like that. Uh, so we don't get a lot here. Up north or down south, the bigger cities, you have more Rosses, you have more TJ Maxxes, you have more Burlingtons, and you know, whatever store you go to, that particular store may not have a lot as one that's further in the city. So if you have more Rosses, like 4 or 5 city, you have more options to go through as far as like fragrance wise. I'm not talking about clothes and all that other stuff. We're strictly talking about fragrances here. So you have more options. You might walk into one Ross and they might not have shit, but the second one you go to, they might have fragrances that you haven't even seen before in a Ross or a TJ Maxx or whatever. So here, our bills don't. It's not that good. But I respect your opinion, and I don't know where you're from, Swim Master Mike. So, I mean, you could be from a bigger city, a bigger town than I'm from. So it's gonna vary. Like y'all, wherever y'all are from, y'all malls might be 3 times better and bigger than ours. We have a small mall. It's just one level. It's not 2-story. Um, Most malls are 2-story unless it's like an outlet, outdoor type mall. Um, Ours is pretty old, high rent, lot rent, and people don't generate enough revenue here because everyone buys the same stuff. So we tend to venture to the outer cities like Jacksonville, Savannah. You go to Atlanta, Macon, wherever to buy stuff that people don't have here. You go to a club and everybody shops at City Trend, you might find 5 or 6 people with the same jeans on or the same shirt or the same shoes, and I don't like dressing and smelling like everybody else. So, you know, that's just me. But if you want to know about these Playboy fragrances, uh, the first one is Play It Wild, and what I want to do is give you guys a little okay, here we go. Give you a little note breakdown on each and every one of these. Ross, TJ Maxx, all over the damn place here in Dallas, Texas. Yeah, I believe you. What the fuck just happened? Now this thing, it must have picked up my voice. I must have hit the button and it picked up my voice. Alright, so sorry about the delay, guys. I had it set up and I don't know what the fuck just happened. Alright, so this one, let me get my damn Sarasota Bells was a gold mine. Now I live in Carolina though, no bells here. Brian, what's your favorite cheapie? Let's see. So Play It Wild is this one. And what drawed me to this one, listen at the notes in this, is what got me to buy this fragrance. It has top notes of grapefruit, lemon, and nutmeg. It has chocolate, blueberry, pineapple, and cinnamon. And then it has leather, amber, bean. So that chocolate, blueberry, and pineapple is what drawed me to Play It Wild. And when I tell you I bought this and I sprayed this damn thing, I fell in love with it. But this thing smells amazing. And each and every last one of these fragrances, these 5 fragrances I have here, I wore to work and I got a compliment. People were telling me I smelled great. People said I smelled damn good. They said I smelled delicious. Granted, now the longevity may not last 8 hours or 10 hours, but I take these to work with me and I can always reapply. So Play It Wild. I know the note breakdown may attract some of you guys to it, but trust me, this shit got me stuttering right now. This thing smells amazing. And out of all 5 of these, this is the one I was the most excited to find in Bells. And when I found it, I jumped all over it. Next up, let's see what else we got here. We got hashtag Generation, which is next. And let's see, can I find it? Playboy Generation. Let's do this one. Now, the bottle and box presentation on this one looks different than the box I had for this one. But it still smells the same. This one has juicy bergamot and pineapple, which the pineapple attracted me to this one. It has cashmere and tonka bean syrup, cedar and vanilla, and it also has leather. This one smells good too, but Play It Wild is the one I tend to gravitate more towards. Damn, I don't have nowhere else to spray. I'm running out of room. But anyway, that's that one. And let's move on to the next one, which is, see if I can find this next one. We're going to go with New York next. So this is Playboy New York. And this one has, I'm glad I thought about using my phone. Let's see. This one has the note or scent of vinyl, lime, and aldehydes in it. It has black pepper, LME or LMI, however you say it, and green apple. And it also has vanilla, tonka bean, and vetiver. And this one smells good also. No, and I'm about to do VIP. You came in at the right time. Now the bottle does look different. If you can see this, my screen is cracked. But this is what the bottle looks like on this one. And the box. But the box and bottle that I have is different. But it's still the same scent. And this one is Playboy VIP. And this one has rhubarb, bergamot. It has lavender, apple, and aquatic notes. White chocolate, tonka bean, and sandalwood. And I think the base notes are what attracted me to this one. This thing smells great also. But Play It Wild to me is my favorite. Just because it has those notes, blueberry and pineapple and all that other shit that's in it. That thing is amazing. Last but not least, Playboy London. And this is the one that has the that iris note that I talked about earlier today. Kind of smells like it has a lipstick kind of vibe to it. Let's see, can I find it? London. There are a lot more Playboy fragrances on here that I want to try. Um, they got one called Playboy King of the Game. I actually saw that one, and I didn't buy it, but I should have. London. This one has Mandarin, Galbanum, Galbanum, whatever the hell that is, pink grapefruit. It has rose, cinnamon, Toscanol, molecule, whatever the fuck that is, cedar, tonka bean, pisco, brandy. So that one has some kind of brandy-like alcohol in it. It has that lipsticky kind of vibe to it, like I talked about earlier, with the ice blue. Kind of smells like it's like a Dior product. How it has that lipsticky or makeup bag type vibe that people talk about. Also, another fragrance that has that lipstick kind of vibe to it. I'm sorry that I got to keep getting up, but the other fragrance I was talking about that is very, very gorgeous. If you don't have it, you need to pick this up. I found this one at TJ Maxx also a while back. It's Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme. This one also has that lipstick kind of vibe to it. This is, of course, the reformulated version. If you can find the original, I think the top on it is different. It's a metal top, I believe. If I'm wrong, correct me. My messages went away. My first live got interrupted by my ex-wife and my kids. Well, my daughter. My son was out front playing ball, and I'm proud of my son. He played on 2 basketball at one time. He played for his middle school, and he played rec league ball. He unfortunately has anger management issues, in which I think that came from me because I was very angry as a kid. Also, I didn't lash out like he did, but I was a hothead. I was quick to fight. I didn't care about nothing back in my younger days. It was what it was. And he picked up on that also. I don't know, he must have hereditary got it from me or something. I don't know. But he unfortunately ran into the stands at one of his basketball games at school and got into it with a rival team. They section of fans. It was some young boys teasing one of my son's teammates, and I commend him for taking up for his teammate, but the way he did it got him in a lot of trouble and caused the school a lot of trouble. He ran into the stands, and some people got trampled on and got hurt when the fight broke out. He's at alternative school right now. He's doing much better. His grades are up. That's why my ex-wife was calling. Said his grades were up. He's doing better. They have him in anger management, and she was just wanting me to watch him play, which I've already seen him play. I came to a few of his games when I could. I worked 2 jobs, so sometimes it's kind of hard. But I did get to see him play. I know he's way better than I was at his age. He's 14. The only thing I had on him was I could dunk. My handles were not that good. I didn't have a jump shot yet, and I really didn't develop or hone my skills until after I graduated high school. I am one of the top shooters in this town. I'm well known around here. Everybody knows me. There are a few other guys that shoot just as good as me, but I'm one of the ones that are well known around here. I'm a street ball legend in this town, so I'm glad my son is doing it on the official court and not outside. So yeah, but my ex-wife called and told me that, and then my daughter wanted to talk to me and bug me a little bit. But that's what happened to the first video, and then I had to start all over again. But Dolce and Gabbana Pour On is one that also has that lipstick. God damn it. That iris kind of vibe to it. Now this one you get it off the rip. Like soon as you spray it, you smell lipstick. And I like this. Some guys will be turned off by it because it smells feminine, just because of that lipstick vibe. But women love this shit. So if you don't believe me, pick it up. Playboy King of the Game is Zara Wanted. Well, that makes me not want that one then. Yeah, play it while you better get it. It's very nice. Cole Freeman Sense. I appreciate that a lot, man. That really does mean a lot to me. I'm glad I can inspire somebody. I know I'm not the best speaker. I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to fragrances. I can't pick up on every note that's in everything, like, you know, some of those other guys who come on and they can spray something on their hand and they can say, oh, I smell bergamot, I smell cedar, I smell whatever. I'm not that guy. I know I can pick out pineapple. I can pick out, you know, the lipstick kind of vibe. I can pick out aquatics. I just can't pick out everything. And I'm not, you know, I'm not sitting here pretending. I'll tell you guys that I don't know everything. I don't. I'm really still a rookie in this fragrance world, if you really look at it. Just because I own 98, 99 fragrances now, that don't make me the king of shit. But I appreciate the fact that I inspire you, and I appreciate you guys too, because you guys inspired me to keep doing this. If I would have never had any subscribers, I would have done this for a while, but after a while I would have just gave up and stopped doing videos. But being that I'm now over 100 subscribers deep, it gives me motivation to push and keep going, and I keep getting more and more reviews. I think I got 1 or 2 more earlier today, which made me feel good that you guys keep watching. And I know sometimes I get up to about where I'm at now, 7 viewers. I was at about 10 earlier. That's fine, but I want to see my viewers on my lives go up. I want to see them get to 50, 60, or 100, or, you know, whatever. I want to see it go up, and I want us all to have a good time, everybody to talk. Bod Man sprays. Bod Man sprays. I think I've tried one, like when I was younger, when they first came out. But I was never really big on body sprays. I actually have one cheap one that somebody bought me that's pretty decent, but I don't use it. My favorite basketball player, Michael Jordan. Michael Jeffrey Jordan. Yeah, that's cool, Bruce. I'm glad I could help. I've been a real assistance to a lot of people I've been getting lately. Even when I'm not live, people are still commenting on YouTube and, you know, saying stuff, asking me about fragrances. So don't just think that when I'm not live, I'm just sitting around not doing nothing. Because I'm constantly responding to y'all's messages, y'all's comments, everything. And y'all can attest to it. I might not be able to get right back to you sometimes when you respond, leave a message or comment, but I do go back, and if I don't I try not to just hit thumbs up, because that sucks to me. And that has happened to me with Big Beard Business, um, Joy, I mean, and a few other people. And I'm not trying to talk bad about them because I know these guys are way bigger than I am, especially with their channels. But they're busy, and but sometimes you be looking for a response to when you throw them something out there and you ask a question or you make a statement. You be wanting an answer or a response, and most of the time they hit thumbs up or hit the heart thing, and I hate that. That's a pet peeve of mine also with females. If I'm talking to you and we're having a conversation, don't just thumbs up. It pisses me off. You can respond back to me just like y'all want a response from us and it pisses y'all off. I want my response too. So I know how it feels. So I try not to just hit the thumbs up or the like button. I try to respond back, even if it's only to say uh, great fragrance or you made a great choice or thanks for whatever. At least I'm responding. That's what I like. And Big Beard Business was one a guy that I look up to. That actually him, Joy, and a few others got me thinking about doing this. And I just when I when I want a response back from somebody or I expect and I don't get it, it kind of deters me from watching the channels. And one of the things that deter me from watching other people's channels sometimes is the fact that they get away from fragrances like I have here that I've been showing y'all, these cheapies. And I know the world is much bigger than cheapy fragrances, but when you start talking about the fragrances that cost $100 and up to $300, $400, $500, and that's all you talk about now is niche and all this other Sauvage and Blue de Chanel. To people who can't afford it, we don't care. I don't care about when you bring out a Blue de Chanel video because I already know Blue de Chanel gonna run me $80 to $100. When you talk about Sauvage, I know what it's gonna cost. When you talk about any Creed fragrance, I know it's gonna cost. When you talk about Pineapple Vintage or some of them other name brands that's high in price, we don't care. So whenever that stuff pops up on my screen on YouTube, I just swipe right and get it off my screen because I don't even want to watch it. I had Instagram and I uninstalled it out of my phone. A lot of my Instagram was mostly like chicks with bikinis and twerking, and I started trying to do videos on YouTube and Facebook, and it didn't go too well. At least I don't think it was. I wasn't getting any feedback, um, and especially on Facebook, I started getting some positive feedback, especially people who know me that work around me at the hospital, and people on the streets that knew me. And all of a sudden, it just died off. Like people were uninterested in fragrances. People were uninterested in my content. People were all of a sudden picking with me with my name, Mr. Cheap Sense. Um, so I just stopped doing videos on Facebook. I stopped doing them on Instagram, and I stuck solely to YouTube because that was really a lot of work. I would do a video for Facebook, turn around and do a video for YouTube. I turn around and have to do the same video for Instagram, and then the next day I would have to do 3 more videos, and then the day after that I got to do 3 more videos. That was just too time consuming for me. So well, that's cool, man. I mean, I wouldn't mind going to Kentucky and meeting people, meeting you, taking pictures. I mean, that's cool. I don't feel like a celebrity. I haven't done jack shit yet. I'm just the tip of the iceberg. I think this can be, way bigger than what it is right now. But if it doesn't, I'm content with where I am right now with you guys. Like I'm ecstatic that you guys even, talk to me and look at me like y'all look at me right now. This didn't start out being about just me. It started out being, well, it actually did, because this was like my release from all the shit that I had been going through in my life. And when I can get on here and talk about the things that I love, like fragrances, it took my mind and my body and my spirit away from the negativity and put it into a positive light. And then to know that I inspire other people now, it makes me feel that much better, and it keeps me wanting to keep going. So now I can add content, like my guy asked about my watches earlier. So now I can start buying more watches, doing stuff like that on this channel, uh, fashion, whatever. It can be way bigger than what it is right now, but fragrances are my thing right now. I love fragrances. It's really taking over my space right now, but it is what it is. Well, thank you, Cole Freeman Sense. Thank you a lot. Yes, Joey really does know his sense, man. Um, I like some of his little corny jokes that he come up with at times, and he does his thing, man. I like him. His little mohawk hairstyle. Sometimes he has that thing spiked up, and sometimes it's down. He'll cut it off, and he tries to be funny. Sometimes it don't work out in his best interest, but I like Joy. He's pretty cool, man. Big Beard Business was one of my top guys. He, with the fuck the box thing and all that kind of shit, man. And I don't know, like some of his content lately, I know people like Killian's and all that other higher end stuff, and you have to touch everything sometimes. And I do have some fragrances that are higher in price than these cheapies that I have here on the counter, but I don't sit and I don't dwell on them all day and all the time. Because I know a lot of people can't afford to go out and spend $100 or $150 on some of these other fragrances. And that's one of the reasons why I continue to swipe right. Yeah, I it's kind of hard to do them kind of videos in certain areas, as far as like going to the stores and trying to record, because a lot of stores don't allow it. They don't like when you come into their stores and be recording and stuff. And they'll tell you to turn your camera off. That's why the videos I did yesterday, you heard me kind of talking softly, because I didn't want people to know what I was doing, and I wasn't like holding the camera all over the place while I was looking. I was holding it in one spot, and then I would bring the fragrance to the camera. There's a guy, I can't remember his name. He does it. He goes to stores and he videos everything, and I'm not that brave yet. I don't want to get kicked out of one of some of the only stores that we have here. Um, so I try to do what I can when I can, but take the suggestion. Yeah, Brian Scott. I've been noticing that a lot too, and even Joy's been doing it a little bit. And I know you start to run out of content when it comes to the cheapies, because most of the cheapies aren't that good. And I know a lot of people don't want to do reviews of stuff that they really don't like talking about. And these two penguins are a prime example of that. These are not worth talking about. But I think I have done reviews on them regardless. And even if it's just to let people know that there aren't any good, don't pick them up when you see them. Um, at least I did that much. At least I don't think it's worth picking up. Now you may pick it up and you might fall in love with it, but to me those two aren't the best. Batch number two is probably the better one out of these two, like I said, but it's really not worth picking up. Yeah, I think that also. I think that most of the time that's exactly what happens. Um, the companies that not really sponsor these guys, but send them their fragrances for free and ask them to review them, they may coax them or grease their palm a little bit to say, hey, I need you to go on here and say that this fragrance is good so we can boost sales or something. And some people might come on and tell you that they're not doing that when they actually are. And that's how the game goes. I mean, people want people want they want sales up. The reviewers want their viewers to go up, and that's how the game goes. All right, sorry about that, guys. That was my friend calling. She's on her way. I guess she ready to eat these pork chops I cook. Okay, so look, I don't know how to send you stuff, so I need help because I have cologne to give you, and I want to give you Dior, Sauvage, Versace, Gucci, and etc. Uh, my email address. Put a camera in your tie. I thought about getting a body camera. You know, the one that they sell that, you know, that straps on to you and it's like right in the center, a small one. I thought about ordering one of those. I just might do that. Um, Cole Freeman Sense. If you're ready, let me know, and I can give you my email address right now. You can email me, and I'll give you my address. Um, and you can send me whatever you feel like you want to send. And I'm always down for people sending samples or fragrances, and I can review them. I had a, I had one of my faithful reviewers, John Bedwell, sent me some samples of some fragrances. I believe it was last week, and they were damn good, except for two, but the rest of them were damn good, and I still have them here. So thank you, John Bedwell, for these samples, and I will be wearing these just to, you know, so they won't sit around and, you know, go to waste. It's not much in there, but it's enough for wearing of each one. But Cole Freeman Sense, whenever you're ready, if you have your pen and paper, I'll give you my email address, and we can go from there. All you got to do is say ready. Swim Master Mike, have I ever dunked in a game? Yes. I dunked in one high school game. I went to a local school here, Glen Academy. Um, I actually played for both high schools. I played for Brunswick High, which is the rival of Glen Academy. When I was in school, I played 1 year for them. The school zone changed, and the following year, I ended up graduating from middle school and going to high school. And when the school zone changed, I had to go to GA, and GA was where I got my first dunk ever, my first and only dunk ever in a high school game. We were in a Christmas tournament 1 year, and I think we were playing our rival school, Brunswick High. One of our point guards stole the ball and knocked it back towards me, and I picked up the ball, took off down court, and my girlfriend at the time, she played on the girls' varsity. They were in the locker room because they had just finished playing when we started, and I got my first dunk. thought about it. So that was my one and only dunk in high school, in a high school game. Yeah, it was. The crowd was ecstatic um, when the dunk happened, but my girlfriend at the time, she missed it because like I said, the girls varsity team had just got off the court and they were all in the locker room changing when the dunk actually happened. So, but since then, I've dunked on a lot of people over the years. I actually, funny story, I can't remember where I was at. I don't know whether I was at a basketball court or somewhere, but a guy that I dunked on our local island, St. Simon's Island, a long time ago, he ran into me years later, and I didn't recognize him. I didn't even know who he was. He walked up to me. He was like, "Hey, man," it was like, "You don't remember me?" And I was like, "No." He was like, "Remember that time you dunked on me on the island?" And I just bust out laughing, man. It was, and that's how I met a lot of people just playing ball over the years, which is cool. I met a lot of great people that way, and work, because I've had a lot of different jobs over the years. Somebody said I look like the black Mr. Clean. No, nobody. You're the first person that ever told me that. But somebody have told me when I didn't have this beard and I still had hair before I went bald. They told me I used to look like Scottie Pippen, but that was a long time ago. That's the first time I ever heard that one though. No offense taken. No tipping Pippen. I was the tip master back in the day, especially in 21. I'm talking about, or Mr. T. You hear me, little girl? I said, I said, they said, somebody say I look like Mr. T. Want my chain? Hell no, shut up. She talking about, do I want her chain? Hell no. And the person I'm talking to off screen is the one I told you guys that I was gonna try to get to come on one of my lives with me and smell some fragrances and give y'all her opinion. If you're talking about my dunk, yeah, the gym was packed. It was a Christmas tournament that we had. My girlfriend at the time, she didn't see it. She missed it. When it happened, they were just walking around the corner, so all she knew was that the crowd was hyped for some reason, and he saw Richard Jefferson out in the club making out with a dude. Uh, okay, but I mean that's Richard Jefferson's business. I don't do that homosexual stuff, but I mean if that's his thing, then that's on him. I'll be sure to check them out, Henry. I don't know why she don't want to go on my lives. I mean, I just really brought it up to her the other day. Okay, my email address is KCROOK697 at gmail.com. Start reviewing cleaning products also. I sure will not. Once again, it's KCROOK 697 at gmail.com. And if you need help, you can go to the post office, you can go to FedEx or Western, not Western Union, but what's the other place? FedEx and whatever that other place is. One versus one me Fortnite. I don't do Fortnite. I tried, but I don't. I don't. I've never been good at it. I can't even play Call of Duty. Like I'm not good at that. I play basketball games like 2K and Live and Grand Theft Auto are my most favorite games. All that other shit. I used to be in the wrestling games, but they getting too complicated now. Yeah, I know people do got to keep their house clean, but it ain't got nothing to do with me. I think the original Mr. Clean is doing just fine. I wish I could get that money though. Give me your account then. Well, she was my girl at the time. Uh, she can't stand my guts now. We don't talk. We haven't talked in years. Ed Hardy. I used to be a big Ed Hardy fan. Um, I think I have one Ed Hardy fragrance right now. I have Villain by Ed Hardy. It's pretty good. I had Love and Luck, which was good. I had the one with the tiger on it. I can't remember the name of it. And it was like one or two others I had back in the day when I was in high school or fresh out of high school when Ed Hardy first started popping. They're pretty good. Hey, they want to know why you won't get on my live. She talking about because she not dressed for that. I ain't dressed for it either. I got on a damn cutoff shirt and some damn army colored pants. Villain is good. It's not groundbreaking or nothing like that, but it's pretty good. That will be this one. It looked like it has like a goofy looking cobra drawn on the front. And I actually bought this from City Trend. It was $6.99. A 30 milliliter bottle has that same goofy looking snake on the front. It's a raised snake, if you can see it right there. Kind of colorful. It smells pretty good. It has a yellow top. It smells pretty good. I haven't worn it, so I can't tell you how long it lasts or nothing like that. I just wanted it because I knew it was what they call a one of those cheapy type scents. Um, it's pretty good though. Yeah, Cole Freeman Sense. Yeah, you said you were 14. I mean, I have no problem with you being 14. I mean, you can get your parents or whoever to take you to the post office or uh, whatever store place you want to go to, and they can tell you what to do as far as shipping. Make sure you use maybe some bubble wrap. I don't like the packing peanuts, but if you can get bubble wrap or some kind of wrap to keep the fragrances from moving around in the box that you put them in, they'll help you out. I know nothing about Gap 1969. Period. You want to go in here and tell these people about one fragrance? You want to smell one?
I've never been on live ever.
I haven't either until I started doing videos. You ain't got to put your whole body on there. I could just do your face. Or do you want me to just do it off camera and I can spray something for them and then let you smell it and then you can just say, because they can hear you talking right now, but you can just tell them what you think about it. How about that? And then later on, if you feel like it, we'll do another live one day and then
Okay, I'll do it.
you want to do one. You don't have to. I can just spray it on a piece of napkin. I can't spray it on my skin because I've been spraying everything.
Okay, I'll do it for you.
All right. So I'm finna let her. She don't want to get on camera right now, but I'm gonna spray something for her, and I'm gonna let her tell y'all off camera what she thinks about it. So give me a second. I ain't even finna show her what it is. I'm just gonna spray it and let her tell y'all off camera. So if y'all talking, y'all got noise in the background, y'all better be quiet. This is the one I'm finna spray. And I'll tell you what it is in a minute. She smelled this before. Okay. You ready? if y'all can see her face right now, if y'all can see her face, and I'm gonna tell y'all the story behind this, right? So I'm gonna let her talk first, and then I'm gonna tell y'all the story.
You did this because it's my favorite.
Yep, I did. So tell these people what you think.
It's my favorite one.
Can y'all hear her? I don't know if y'all can hear her. Somebody let me know y'all can hear her. Okay, somebody said they can.
It's my favorite one. And he know this.
Nobody said nothing yet. They just said they can hear you. She said it's her favorite one, and I know it. That's why I sprayed it, and that's exactly why I did it, because I know she liked it. Okay, you off the hook for now. So this is Imperial #1, and I did a review on this when I bought it and wore it. I don't think I wore this to work yet, but one day I came. Yes, I did. One day I came to her job. I was all fresh up, and I came up there to her job, And I think I was on my way to Savannah that day to do something with my kids, and I wore this up there, and her two coworkers smelled it, and they all told me I smelled good, but she was a little bit upset that I that I wore it up there. So this is her favorite fragrance that I have, period, so far. It does smell good though. Villain is not, to my nose, a clone of the one, and I can't remember. No, to me, it doesn't smell anything like the one. The one is a more distinct gentleman type scent. You can wear that with a suit. It's for like a boss, like a general manager or owner or something like that. And it's one of them fragrances that you have to be intimate with somebody with. Like, they have to be close to you, unless you have the EDP version. I have the EDT, in which they smell the same. One is just, the EDP is a little longer lasting and a tad bit stronger, projection wise. But this one is not a clone of the one at all. Not to my nose. You ready to eat, little girl? Oh. Well, we are about to eat. So, I guess I get with you guys another time, maybe tomorrow, once I figure out what the hell I'm gonna wear. But it was great talking to you guys. And where is he? Cole Freeman Scents. I hope you can get it figured out how to send me what it is you plan on sending me. Email me first so I can give you the address to where you need to send it. And I guarantee you I'll get it. And I appreciate it.